um, okay, so in this video I'm able to see the partitions. Okay, I'll show you what error I was doing it. Okay, so in the partition 0 we have all the data, right? So three jobs we have seen earlier, job 1 and 2. Okay, with this is this is job 1 and 2, and this is job 3, and I have uncommented this cget method just to see what files do we have in the partition 0. Don't see the size. Okay, this is not the correct size. Reason being, so Spark put the files in some other formats, not in the same different format, but on the different size because of the metadata. Okay, so, but if we are writing it the file here, okay, so we are storing some other metadata, so there is a mismatch in the metadata of how Spark uh, store the I mean write the data onto the file. Okay, so that's why we are seeing the different sizes. Okay, so it's 256 basically byte, which we have seen earlier. Okay, and now but here we are seeing it as 286 byte in the partition, and in the x.txt, because this is a text file, so the size has increased because of the metadata. Okay, so let's not confuse with the actual size. So you can see there is only one partition, and in that one partition we have all the data. Okay, I have written some functions, okay, to display all these sizes in that file, in that folder. So this is the file store.tables, where we are storing our sample data.csv as well as the other files. Okay, let me see if it is showing you there. Yeah, so as you can see, we have two things, x.txt which we have created, and that the sample.txt, and the size of that file is 256 byte, right? But while it is creating the partition, it is increasing it to 316. Okay, so this is only the same data, but it has the size is increased. Why? Because if you look at this here, there are brackets. Okay, there are brackets, right? But this is the csv file, x.txt. So with each format, so this is text, this is csv. Okay, so with each different formats we have different size. Okay, but don't get confused, this is the original file size of the file, 256. This is what we have seen in the Spark UI. Okay, and once it's creating the partition, the obviously the partition size is different here, and they're different in the Spark UI. Okay, so in the next video we will go into let's see it here only. Let me close all the other tabs. Okay, just to show you the next thing is we are repartitioning it to 4. Okay, and so there will be two jobs. Earlier we were having 3 jobs, now we will having one job for the repartitioning, and the other job is for the display. Okay, so if I run this, so I'm uncommenting out this cget. Okay, because I don't want to see the partition data here right now. More I'm interested with the Spark jobs. Okay, so let me run this and see what happened. So as you can see, this is repartition data. Okay, it is showing me the repartition data. I don't know why it's showing it here. This Databricks is behaving something differently, I don't know. Anyways, so instead of uncommenting out, I am just removing it, and let's see if it still show the same thing. So I think data frame let's change the name of the data frame. Okay, df underscore, let's see, df underscore, and this is df underscore. Okay, so if you see this one, yeah, it's not able to find the file. Okay, so let me comment this out. Okay, so let's see the data here. Yeah, so this is the exact data in the data frame underscore f, and if I do df underscore, okay, then repartitioning. Yeah, as I'm not interested with the partition, I mean the content of the partitions. I'm sorry. So now we will going to see these two jobs. Okay, I'm not creating a new tab. In this tab only, let's say. So first job is 103 is for the repartitioning, and 104 is for the display. Okay, so if we go back, okay, so let me do one more things. See, this is the initial thing, right? Let me copy it, because we are doing the repartitioning and display, so we have two jobs now. Okay, job is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, let's say. Okay, in this one I am doing the repartitioning, and here I am doing the display. Okay, so there will be shuffle read and shuffle write. I am doing s underscore shuffle, मतलब shuffle means this is shuffle read. Okay, and this is shuffle write. Okay, so let's see how it behaves, and the size of the file also. Okay, after the transformation. So this is good. Okay, now let's see the job 3. Okay, so this is 103, this is 103 job. Okay, let me know if you're able to see. This is 103 job. There's only one executor, scanned and exchange is, you can see, right, exchange. Okay, so let me go to the, and the shuffle write is 693 byte. Let me write it here. Shuffle write is 693 bytes. Okay, and this should be the total size of the file, right? Why the size has been increased? Okay, I'll tell you why the size has been increased from 256 to 693. So this is the total size of the file. Okay, because of the 4 partition. Okay, so with each partition we will going to have metadata for each of the files, so that's why the file size has been increased. Okay, after exchange, this is what happened, 693 byte. So what happened is, this is partition 1, okay, partition 2, partition 3 and partition 4. Okay, so the total size was 256 byte, but as we have repartitioned it, so each one will be having the different size. Okay, x, let's say y, this is z, and this is hash. Okay, so all these have different sizes, plus metadata. Okay, so plus metadata, so that's why it is giving the total size as 693 byte. Okay, instead of 256 byte, it goes up to 693 byte, and that's the reason why we should not have the multiple partition of the files. Okay, I mean the small partitions. Okay, because these all are smalls. Okay, and because of that the size has been shoot up. Correct. So let's see here what happened is in the deserialization and serialization. Yeah, so here if you can see, 693 byte in the shuffle write, and there is nothing happened in the shuffle read, because in the exchange it is writing only. Okay, so this is writing, and the next job we will be reading it from that exchange. And what Spark has done is it is combined all the writes into one place. Okay, combined, this is combined write. Okay, so let's go back to the other tabs. Let's say if I want to see the stages, so this is the stage tab, and you can see exchange has happened, right? Exchange has happened here, and there is only one partition. Okay, so there is only one partition it has created. So let's see the deceleration time out here. Where is the deceleration time? Okay, so there is no acceleration time, there is only deceleration time. Okay, so there is no deceleration time and there is only deceleration time, which is, sorry, this one, right? So deceleration took around 3 milliseconds. Deceleration took about 3 milliseconds. Okay, so while repartitioning it, okay, so this is job 3. There will be two parts, so reading and writing. Okay, so this is while reading it, while writing it. So while writing, it was only reading the data. Okay, it was only writing the data, so that's why it doesn't serialize it. Okay, so this is actually input. So from the input it get the it has to deserialize data, right? Because it is you can look at the input size. Okay, input side. So first it check the file and then it will read. Okay, and because while reading it will deserialize. Okay, so let's see the other things. I mean, this is not the one. Let me put it here. 1 second. Okay, so deceleration took 3 milliseconds because the file was already serialized sitting there. And the other thing is there is only one partition that you can see, and there it took around it's shown here, right? 23 milliseconds. Okay, 23 milliseconds it took time to execute. Okay, we can see the other tabs as well in the executor. So this is shuffle read. Okay, so here you can see, so additional metrics, there is shuffle read happened of 1.5 KB. Okay, and shuffle read on the same job. Okay, shuffle read happened is 1.5 KB. Let's see what it is. Okay, shuffle read and shuffle write took around 1.5 KB. Okay, why it's showing 1.5 KB? Okay, so shuffle read and shuffle write took around 1.5 KB. Let's see it here. Okay, in the drivers tab, so you can see for 103 and 104. Okay, we have the combined. So for 103 and 104 job ID, we have the combined SQL data frame. Okay, if I click on this, okay, I'm expanding everything. Okay, so as you can see, there is AQE, adaptive Spark plan, okay, has been executed. AQ is enabled in Spark 3. Our data size was 664 byte. Okay, sorry, the shuffle byte written. Data size is 664 byte. Okay, and shuffle byte written, as we have seen, is 693. Because of the exchange. Okay, so it came here. Okay, so how is it reading is, it will go here, here and here. Okay, so first it will scan the data. Okay, so it is scanning. It took around, no, this is the exchange. Okay, so in the while reading it was 256 byte, as we have seen in the previous video. And estimate size of the rows. Okay, rows in means row wise aggregated size is 64 byte. Okay, so there were 10 records, that was 640 byte. Okay, something like that. Estimate size was that, but total size of the file was 256 byte, and it serializes and deserializes also. That's why the size has been increased. Okay, so if we go up, this is 693 byte, 664. Okay, 693 byte written. Okay, after deserialization. Okay, obviously, because there is nothing serialization happened, but deserialization was happened, and that's why the size grown up to 664 byte or 693 byte. Okay, and if you look at the detail plan, what happened is, we will see this later. Okay, I just wanted to show you. So at the reading, okay, it happened, we can skip this one, but while reading it, this happened. And let's see what happened at the right side when it was reading the data from the exchange. Okay, so there you can see 4 tasks, because we have created the 4 partitions. Okay, so you can see the 4 partitions which took around 79 seconds for the shuffle read. Okay, shuffle read, you can see 693 byte, which is the shuffle write on the other job. Okay, so you can see, right? So if I click on this one, this is nothing but the stage. Okay, so in the stage tab, this is 104. So there is a shuffle read happened. So here you can see 4 partitions has been created, because for this represent each partition 1 2 3 4, and the time is executed. Okay, let's quickly see the deselection and the selection time. So there is no selection time. Okay, because it was already there. Okay, and deselection time, let's see, 51112. Okay, so there will be deselection time of, let me see it here, 5 1 2. This is deselection time, and selection time is again 0. Okay, okay, so I'm not writing 0 here, and deselection is 55512. Okay, and let's see the shuffle read. The size of the shuffle read is, let's see how much it went up. So 159 for 2 records. Okay, 182 for 3 records. So 159, 182, 59. Okay, byte, then it's 182 byte. Then for 2 records, let's say for 2 records, in the partition there is only 2 records. This is in the other partition we have 3 records. Okay, 206 byte for 3 records. Okay, so total would be 6, 7, 8 and 2 records in the other partition. Okay, so if you do the calculation of this one, let me open the calculator. Okay, calculator, if I do this plus this, okay, plus this plus this plus this, so it's coming at 692 or 693. Okay, total size is 693 only. I'm just removing 1.5 KB for the bit of the confusion. So these are the total sizes of each of the bytes. Okay, this is what I want to show you. And the other thing, yeah, so we were discussing about the serialization and the time it took, and why it was showing the 1.5 KB. We will discuss that in the next video. I need to see the role of that. So here this is the stages, right, where we are able to see the all the partitions. Let me quickly go to the executor tab here and let's see. So here you can see it took 1.5 KB, 1.5 KB, and this is for the driver. Okay, so driver took around 1.5 KB, and for shuffle read and shuffle write. Okay, shuffle read and shuffle write. Okay, okay, let's see. I'll get back to that. I'm clicking on this one, this SQL data frame. Okay, understanding the, so 644 693 is the, okay, data read and write. Okay, so this is what I'm able to understand with this one, and there is nothing important in this. Let's go back to the details, which is the physical plan. So if you want to understand the physical plan, let me copy entire thing. Okay, and let's go step by step there in the here. Okay, let me make it bold. Okay, so this is the physical plan which took by the Spark. Okay, but this is the first of the steps, so it is showing what happened 1, 2. Okay, 1 is related to this, second is this. Okay, this is the initial plan, 1, 2 and 5 and 6. 5 is nothing but the project. Okay, so here it will just selecting all the data. Okay, and this is collecting, right, collecting all the data, and this is the initial plan 1 to 5, 6. But if you see the all the physical plan, so first is the scan. So scan, what it has scanned is all the columns. Okay, and then it stored into the in-memory file index, which means the memory. Okay, and it read the schema. Okay, after that in the first one. In the second one, it did the exchange. Okay, and which fashion it did the exchange? It did in the round robin. Okay, so let's say there were 2 partition or 4 partition got created, and this is repartition by number. So how it is putting the data with the number? So let's say, so first one will going to where first data, okay, which is represented by number 1 will go into the first partition, the other number 2 which will go into the other partition, which is doing in the round robin fashion. If you are not aware of the round robin is nothing but let's say I'm sitting in a circle, okay, and passing the ball, okay, to each of the member sitting on my right till the time I get the ball again, okay. So this order I'm following is next to me, okay, who's sitting next to me, okay. So once it exchange, the exchange happened, okay, and then there was shuffle query stage. Shuffle query stage happened, and so with each of the with total combined 4 files, the total size was 664 byte with total count as 10. So there are only 10 row count in the data, okay. So if you see shuffle query stage, so it is outputting all the columns, okay, with size in byte 664. Nothing fancy, it's just doing the shuffle, okay. Shuffle right was, oh, what was that? Shuffle right was 693 byte, okay. So close to this 6, because it has not added the all the other metadata, that's why it's showing the 664, okay. I'll write it down, the steps that I need to see. So we have shuffle right as 693, but this shuffle query stage, okay, showing how much? 664 byte, okay. So this is the first question that I'm going to answer in the next video in more details. The other part of the ask was that 1.5 KB, right? 1.5 KB in executor time, okay. So I'm going to answer that in the next video. Meanwhile we have this project, so because it's showing the 4th as project, so what it is doing is this is the ID, right? This is the ID, and it is just displaying all the data, nothing fancy here, as so it just displaying with the all the with the alias, okay. So here if you see, there is no alias, but here you can see it's this is inferencing it, okay. This is what it is doing, is inferencing. So it is casting it as a string and everything. In the project 5 also it is the same thing, right? So I can see it's all the same, okay, age, country, and same, it's all same, right? So this is the final output. And now what we, after inferencing, what we were doing is we were collecting that data, okay. So because it this physical plant is combined with both the job ID 3 and 4 or 5 and 6, so there will be 2 jobs, right? These 2 jobs, and physical plan is made up of both the jobs, okay. So if you see, this is project, this is the final plan, okay. And so then the AQ adaptive spark plan is executed, which is 7. So what is there in the 6 is collective, so it is collecting the data. Then adaptive spark plan is entered, and it will going to see if it is able to coalesce the data, okay, into one, or is it able to, because we need the 4 partition, that's why it has created the 4th partition, and if we have not defined that, then it will going to club all the data, merge all the data, okay. And this is the final plan is said is true, okay. And one more thing I want to add it here. So in the shuffle right, okay, why we are seeing only this single right, and not the other 4 partitions, but while reading it we are able to see the 4 partition. Why? Because Spark has applied the SQA, this one, AQE, okay, or maybe adaptive spark plan, okay. So in that way it is just combining the whole data in one partition, which is 693 bytes, okay. So we will explore more on this one, and I'll come back with these two questions in the next video.